And then so that's a total of 48 plants from a single seed potato. Hello everyone, and welcome back again. So today we'll be taking some cuttings off these single seed potato plants. The first 6 pots here are all from a single seed potato challenge, and what we're going to do is see a lot of these now starting to get flowers on them, so pull flowers off any that we see, which should help plant producing the potatoes rather than putting the energy into producing these flowers. So I'm just going to go through, just snip any of them off. Then what we're going to try and do is a lot of lower growth and smaller shoots, low growth. So we're going to try and take out a few of them and get some cuttings off them. I'm not going to take cuttings from the top, no even tops, but there's plenty of smaller shoots at the bottom. See if we can get them. Right, so I've got a cup full of water, and I'll get through these, tidy these up, off any of the lower branches that look like they could make a plant. Hopefully, with it only being the start of June, got until October to get our weights in. It should be 4.5 months. Should be plenty of time to get these rooted and hopefully get some kind of profit. I'll get through the rest of these, bring it back when we're done. We'll have a look, see how many we've got. Get quite a few out of these. This right here is a perfect example of what I'm looking for, where the plant bushes out, throwing out this side shoot, and we've got one on either side, so we can take both of them. Just above it here, got another one, so there's 3 just there. So doesn't really look like we've touched these much, but there's quite a few in there. Say probably 10 or 15. I could probably come through here and get a rake more if I wanted. Might still do that, depending on how we get on with these, but there's still time. Right, back just in time. It's just starting to rain, so we've got all our potato cuttings in this jug of water now. We've got some compost, which is homemade compost mixed with 2-year-old leaf mould. I'm going to be potting them on into 7cm pots. We've got a couple of these filled up. Hopefully this rain passes off. show you what we're going to do. Right, that'll do for now. Right, so for those of you who don't know what the single seed potato challenge is, Steve Digwell has individually sent every individual out a single seed potato, and aim of the game is to try and get as much of a yield off that single seed by October. So we've already got 6 plants outside, and we've taken all these cuttings off them now. Show you how we're going to do these. It's just side growth off the actual plant, and what I'm going to do is just with new sharp Stanley blade, just cut just below this node on a 45-degree angle and just remove that lower leaf off there. And I'm also just going to cut the tops of the leaves so it leaves them like that, and then I'll notice any new growth, I'll notice it on the plant. And you can also just roughen up the edges, just gives more of a surface area for the root powder. Put it in the water. Natural rooting powder, which is £2.29 at my local garden centre. So just give it a good coating and push it in. So, and I'll do that with the rest of these. Another one just to show you. This one, because there's not much stem, I'm just going to cut it right at the bottom on a 45-degree angle and roughen up the edges. This is something that I've successfully done in the past, and I've seen quite a few other people successfully doing it as well. It definitely works. You know, if you've got a variety where you only got a couple of plants, it's a good way to get them extra few in. But if the plants are already well established, like those ones outside there, then you've got nothing to lose because plants already produced the potatoes. It's already got the potatoes growing in the pot. I've only taken out the lower growth, which isn't really getting much light, which is why a lot of it's spindly and leaning over, because it's crammed up in the middle of the plant. So it's not going to be doing any harm to the plant at all. If anything, it'll probably help the plant along, get a bit of airflow in there, less chance of catching any disease or anything like that, with better airflow through the plant. And another thing that I will add, it is really important to keep as there's no roots on these plants yet, the only way it's getting moisture is through the leaves. So it is a really good idea just to keep them moist. Obviously not too moist to the point where they're going to rot off, but spray them a couple of times a day until you start seeing roots, and then start watering. Okay then, that's them all potted up. There's 17 of them there, and like I say, there's still plenty left on the plants. I could probably go and get probably the same again if I wanted to, which I might do depending on how we go in a couple of days. It's finding room to put them all in the end. If they all root, that's the issue, but I don't see why these shouldn't root, as long as I keep on top of spraying them and keep them not too hot. Try and keep the compost at a nice damp, as it is there now, nice and not wet but not dry. Obviously I won't keep them here during the day. I'll probably move them, put them down here or something in the shade, just so they're not in the sunlight and they don't get too hot and dry out or anything like that. But otherwise, don't see why they won't root. So right, so it's been about a week since taking these cuttings. No signs of any roots just yet, but they are all standing up and looking okay. Keep spraying them down 2 or 3 times a day, and keeping them around the back here, showing a bit more shade. They do get a bit of sunlight, but not too much. And I ended up taking a few more. There's another 24 in here. These were taken 2 days ago. They drooped over and they've perked right back up. So there's 24 in here, and there's 18, not 17, in here. So that brings us to a total of 42 cuttings and 6 original plants, all from the one single seed potato. Right, so I'll do another update on these again in a few days. Once I see signs of roots on these, we'll get them planted out. But hopefully majority of these should root, and we've just got to work out where the hell we're going to put them all. And another thing I'd like to add is I really hope that these are a nice potato, because I'm going to have quite a few of them by the looks of it. Right then, so that's a total of 48 plants from a single seed potato. Hopefully we've still got 4 months left before the weights need to be in, which the ones that I've already got, these have been planted about 4 months ago, so I know that there's some good potatoes in these. I'm just waiting for the onions to thicken up a bit, and we won't be far off harvesting these. Wind absolutely destroyed them the other night. That's why I decided to come and take as many cuttings as I could, because I didn't know if they were going to perk back up. But since taking all the cuttings, you can see where I've taken all the main heads off, they seem to have perked up a little bit. Still growing. Most potatoes are formed, so it's just waiting on them to bulk up really, and won't be long before we're harvesting some of these. Right then guys, so that's my update on the single seed potato challenge 2024. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing and drop me a comment below. Bye for now.